Good evening and welcome to Off the Line Racing. We are back for another round and we're getting ourselves off to the mighty Mexico City, which will be right up on your screen anytime now. Mexico City is 4.3 kilometer long circuit and 17 turns, 2 DRS zones, 3 even, sorry, where you can pull off some mighty fine overtakes, especially coming into that sector 2. You come through the S's, get a mighty fine run up behind your opponent. You can use that DRS to your advantage as you get going into the stadium section. My name is Corey Brooks, one of your two commentators for this evening. Join with me in the booth as always. It's Lanky. How are we doing, my friend?
Good evening. Not too bad. Looking forward to this one after what we saw last week.
Yeah, mighty
So
fine round one. I've got to say,
similar.
reserve driver Leon. You reckon
Yeah,
coming back to the top?
yeah, it's possible. It's definitely still got the pace in him as always. That guy doesn't touch enough grass, but
Yeah,
but
well,
yeah,
Glitch 10 as well, somebody to watch out for, I reckon, as we get into the qualifying session. It's just a couple drivers you might want to keep your eyes on. Wasn't here last week, I don't believe, but he is here this week, ready to try and charge to the top and challenge what I think was a Taboo Dwarf victory. But I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember the standings. We'll take a little look at the results, which are also the driver standings, as we get out of qualifying into our, as you know, OTLR lobby restart to get rid of all those lobby bugs that may potentially come your way into the round start. But we're not going to keep you waiting any longer. Qualifying has begun. We are going to get ourselves trackside. And we
yeah.
are
But I
trackside.
say I'm
Oh,
hoping for mixed conditions in the race on this one.
something went wrong. I think I fixed it though. I apologise on that one. For some reason, it wasn't the right size on the screen. But we're fixed. We're good. We're ready to rock and roll. Couple of drivers already out onto the tarmac. I'm going to take a quick little look at what seems to be a Williams of Dr. Steele leading the way so far. It's not. It's an Alpine. So is that the KFC block or is that Vide? We'll take a quick little look at Vide to see if that is the Alpine to lead the way. It is indeed. Vide is coming through Sector 2 now to finish it off and get ready for the castle section. Crucially, need to warm up those tyres, get them ready to rock and roll as you come into one of these slower parts of the track. You need to be prepared, especially as you finish your lap. That little hairpin-esque there as you get towards turn 13, that can really catch you out, give you a bit of a back end slide, and especially as you come around 16 and 17 here. This is where things get a little bit dicey. You're trying to get the traction and power down to start off the lap well, but also when you finish the lap, it's very easy to catch yourself in a bit of a spin.
Yeah, tires are screaming when you get to this stadium section. So very easy to light them up once you put a couple of laps down on the tires.
Oh, absolutely. Looking on at Vide there seems to be going very well coming up towards turn number 4. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky again. As you come back around turn 5, you're faced with a Herpines kind of style corner, which is turn 6. Sort of resembles the top of a triangle before you come flying back down towards turn number 7. Now, here in Sector 2, tricky corners, you don't want to unsettle the car on the entry, can cost you some speed and momentum and really destroy whatever run you have down into this DRS straight where you may be trying to set up an overtake. So drivers, watch out for that dirty air. Provide dealt with nicely as he's got all that clean air in front of him. The first to the track has a little bit of a wobble there coming into turn number 12. Very easy done. It is quite a fast corner, not too much on the brakes. You just sort of send it into the right hander. But as we get going out of the final 2 corners now, Provide powering down towards the line, gets that rear wing go. No, not yet. The rear wing opens on the lap, I think. It does when you start the lap. So it is just a boosted DR of ERS, I think. Goes for a 15-1 before he's immediately dethroned by Boss Moss at a 14-5. Couple more drivers coming in towards the line. Siren Alpaca goes 15-1-4-5 and Marius Anderson ahead, just breaking into that 14 time by half a tenth. Further back, we'll take a look at Taboo Dwarf, the Ferrari, who seems to be starting a lap now. We'll keep our eyes on that, but we do have some cars coming towards the line. Bobo with the fastest lap so far by 200ths of a second. It's getting mighty close. Right, he comes in just behind with a 14.7, and anybody else, PW Jones, a 14.9. Not too bad of a lap on his opening lap, coming back around before he's in lap. We have a Haas powering towards the line. Is that Adam? What sort of time can we expect from Adam? Up to 8 for the 15, just shy of making it flat before the Aston Martin starts his lap. And a Williams to cross the line, that being Huff and Dorback, up to P5 with a 14.8. We have Red Bulls coming towards the line. Is that Myth? Out of the final corner we go. Yes, it is. Up to 12. That's a double outlap. This is, oh, he's on the hards. Never mind. Practicing maybe. Not looking to qualify too much. Wants to start from the back. We'll have to see how that fares out in the Grand Prix. But other than that, I think our first opening laps are done. Apart from Taboo Dwarf and I think the Kick Salva who's coming back around Taboo Dwarf now, coming into the stadium section.
This is some really strong times already. Like, I don't think I've hit 14s myself.
Now, into the pits he goes, aborting at that lap. We'll take a look at the Aston Martin, who's coming to finish off his Sector 2 now. Certainly keeping the power down and the pace going, looking like he's going to set this lap, although recharging the battery there. Is he out of batteries? He burnt too much? Is this an in-lap? Here we have Leon, the reserve, who was certainly showing some pace last week out, looking to challenge for the victory. Ended up finishing in P2. But on board with Kevin, hits the line, and that's Paul, 14.3. Beautiful lap there from ERT Kevin.
And Kevin, I think his debut, he's a reserve, and it's his debut race, this one, I believe, here in OTLR.
Well, get yourself in the Discord. If you're seeing from the outside, you're having a little nosy, get yourself into the Discord and get yourself signed up, because we can only produce the highest racing action if we have drivers here with us. As we look on, the KFC block is starting a lap. So we'll stay on board with the Alpine drivers. Got a little bit of traffic in front of him. It's his teammate. Hopefully the teammate will not cause too much of a distraction. Get out of the way, because he is only on an out lap. So hopefully we're not going to see Vide get too much in the way. They're moving clear as the KFC block comes on through. 14.6, we have been told, was the pole from yesterday. So it's already been toppled, already been beaten by Kevin. It's only going to go faster as the track evolution starts to fall into play. But on with the KFC block as he gets into the Mexico City S's in Sector 2. Tricky part of the track, but if you line it up well, you get a beautiful run onto this DRS straight coming down towards turn 12, which may be the chance to take the position for what could be a race victory. If you just line it up well, if you're in P2 and you can get that DRS, these final few corners, drivers can barely fight back. But for the KFC block, his first time lap to go to the board, with a little bit of a squabble and a wobble coming out of the final corners, not looking too happy. It's a 15.3. The majority of the drivers are starting laps, so we'll go on board with Boss Moss, who is on a lap, who is coming up to finish off his Sector 1. We'll see if there's an improvement there. That's a 10.5 up on the Delta time. Already looking to challenge for a new fastest lap time, but you expect to see this with the track evolution start to fall into play. That tarmac gets rubbered in, the heat starts to rise, and the track becomes a very more suitable and satisfying surface for these drivers to actually navigate across. So these is where things are going to start to look a little bit more you're going to see the pace. Those first initial bankers is just to test the waters. You get warmed up. Some drivers coming straight in from work or just jumping straight into the rig with no practice. Some drivers do end up doing that. So this is sort of the warm-up lap, that banker. But as you get going into your second run, maybe even your third run, there's plenty of time to do runs here. Such a short lap, you get 18 minutes. Boss Moss does improve by just under 3/10, but it's not enough to take pole. He's just shy by 4 thousandths of a second. He's going to be kicking himself if he couldn't find that there. Vide up to P13, jumps up by half a second improvement, much needed. I think that's Marius Anderson moving up in the order, not by a lot though, just a couple of positions before Glitch 10 jumps to the top with a 14 flat. There we go. You're starting to see it break down to that 13 time. It's the Red Bull to the top Mentioned it just before we got into qualifying, so watch out for Glitch 10. He could be coming back with a bang as we get going into round 2.
Yeah, let's see what Leon sticks on there as well. I'd expect him to be around Glitch.
Yeah, Leon is certainly on pace with Glitch. We're going to take a look at the Aston Martin driver now. Is he still in reserve? I think he may be. So, sat in at the Aston Martin colours. I think he was also driving the Aston Martin car last week. I could be wrong. I can't remember what car he was in. Just remember he produced quite the drive. Had the start of a lifetime, if I believe so. Absolutely just disappeared off the line. But then when pit stop strategies came into effect, ultimately was caught. Was the start of dreams for the Aston Martin reserve driver as he comes down into stadium section. No time on the board for any compare the market sort of sense, if you want to go that way. We can't compare it to Glitch, we can't compare it to anything else because we can only see just about the sector times, not what he's actually improving on. Excuse me, towards the checkered flag. It's a 13.8. Oh, there it is. Leon to the top. We're in the 13 times. Glitch, you're going to have to do a little bit better than that to pull out a little bit more time, my friend.
That's a crazy lap for your first run.
Getting spicy already. Getting spicy. Straight out of the door. Times are getting close. And if you take a look from P2 down to P12, it is a 1 second gap. So 10 drivers there, all within a fight of each other. They're just subtle, small improvements. But for Leon, it is to the top. We're going to take a quick little look at the Ferrari Bobo, who was initially at the banker to the top, has been dethroned as time has gone on. We're just hitting under 7 minutes left in qualifying. Some drivers are going to be crucially looking to see if they can get 1, maybe 2 more runs in. It's a stretch, it's a push, but is it possible for those? I mean, at this point, you do have the time to do a lap, and then if you fumble, you can dive in before you hit that checkered flag. You cannot afford to go around one more time. You've got to go into the pit lane, which you tend to see a lot of drivers do, even if they're up by a tenth. If they're not happy with the lap and they know they've got more time, they've messed up one corner, then they know they will dive in, fresh set of tyres, try it again. Bobo's running wide, diving off the racing line as a car comes through. That being the Haas, is that Adam to come towards that checkered flag? It's not. It is Dave, his counterpart. It's not. Was it Adam? I think it was. He dived into the pits. Never mind. There goes Adam into the pits as well. I forgot the pit lane is right there at the final corner. So yeah, ignore me. We're on board with
It's sort of a blind entry, and like you fly around the corner into it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that's maybe catch some drivers out. You know, them one tyres speeding in the pit lane maybe, if they've not been prepared. As we look on at Taboo Dwarf. Into stadium we go. Not a time on the board just yet, but he's going to set one very soon. Coming through the couple of corners. A little bit of a snap and wobble. Managing to get that car straightened out very quickly before we hit the penultimate corner. Out of the final turn would have cost him some time. He's only good enough for P5. 14.486. Gets himself in the mid-pack of that 14 fight. As everybody tries to improve their times, we're going to take a look at the Alpine Vibe there. Although there is a Red Bull coming towards the line. Is that Glitch 10? It's not. Glitch 10 is caught further behind, so that will be Myth, who is still running hard compound tyres. He's already looking to improve on that 17 time. Does improve on that 17 time, but not very competitive. For some reason, he's starting from the back, doing laps on the hard tyres. Boss Moss diving into pit lane. We have an Alpine as well coming towards pit lane. That being the KFC block. And then the second Alpine of Vide. Let's see what's going to... Oh, big moment. Oh, we just got back end of that. I don't know what he's
I
doing.
just missed it. Yeah.
Ooh, nevertheless, a little bit of a moment. Glitch 10 goes Baxter into the 13s, but it's not enough to catch Leon. Unfortunate though, it was a good attempt. He's still half a tenth away. He's going to be absolutely fuming he couldn't find that. The fine margins, it could just be one entry, one exit that could gain you that half a tenth, just under half a tenth. It's so close, so very close. And on a track as fast as this, finding that time is going to be difficult.
It's that calm before the storm now, and it's that little moment while they all prepare for that last run.
This is it. We're hitting that 3-minute mark. Some drivers are out already. We are going to take a look at Dr. Steele. The Williams to take us away for these final runs. Here we go. Ready to start off the lap, coming into Castle section. Are those tyres ready? Are you prepared? Do you have the least amount of fuel possible that can help you achieve every scrap of time needed to get yourself out of this bottom 12 and into that top 10? Coming down, hits the checkered flag. Rear wing is now open. Burn a bit of the battery. You don't want to burn too much. You're going to have to preserve some for the rest of the lap. Look at that. Complete clean air for Dr. Steele. No distractions. As he hits the brakes, gets the rotation into the right, gets himself collected, flicks it back to the left, and once again, back to the right. The triple corners coming at you into Sector 1. The opening start of this Mexico City can be treacherous, but he's dealt with it well. Gets powering up towards turn number 4, finishes off Sector 1. Not too much of a time improvement, but maybe there is an improvement to come in Sector 2. Looking a little bit slow there, coming out of turn number 5. Keeping it nice and calm, doesn't want to risk any sort of snap and slide that can invalidate this lap. As we get going towards the Mexico S's into 7, back around 8, around 9, and then you've got 10 and 11 to go before you have that DRS, and he's invalidated. He's going to back out of that one. But has he got the time? Has he got the fuel to go one more lap? Has he got the fuel? What do you think, Lanky? Has he got it? Is it a risk?
Yeah, I think he's probably obviously been low. Yeah, I think it'd be a scrape.
There we go. We'll stay on board.
If he has got it, it'd be on fumes.
Well, I think he's going to start a lap. Sorry, we're going to look at Vide, who's doing a double out lap, so we are going to go back to double Dr. Steele. As, here we go, flat to the floor. Everybody else is coming on through. He had that initial first opening lap to himself, but he made that mistake. Now he goes one more time and gets on the brakes into turn number 1. Keep it calm, collected. Make sure you don't scrub too much of those tyres. You don't want to overheat them. You need them for the rest of the lap. You've already pushed hard from the 1 lap prior. So now it's all about making sure you don't push too hard and overextend and overdrive the vehicle as you get coming out of Sector 1. Half a tenth down. A little bit of overdrive in the car coming out a few of the corners. Can you keep it calm and collected up into Sector 2? I hope you can do as we look back towards that mid-pack. We have Adam lurking behind as he comes around turn number 7 now. Turn number 6 even now gets up to 7 into the Mexico City S's. This is where things are looking a little bit spicy and dicey. Look at that train all the way down. Everybody's staying nice and close together. Now, the thing is slipstream going to be a factor? Are the drivers going to be able to benefit from it? We have a Red Bull off the track. Is that Glitch 10? It's not. It's Myth. Myth is done. The KFC block is also off the track. He is retired. That's an unfortunate event there from the Alpine driver as we look at Bourbon now. But we'll quickly flick back over to Dr. Steele. Do we have the improved time needed? Yes, we do. A tenth and a half up into that top 10. Adam up to 12. Further back, coming towards the line. Boss Moss P4. Anybody else? PW Jones P10. What about Boss Moss? Oh no, he's in the wall. P4. Never mind. We have Rattit staying in P5. Marius Anderson behind. We'll look further back. Where is Glitch 10? He's a driver I'm trying to keep my eyes on. That's a spun backwards, pointing the opposite way. Myth for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but Glitch 10 as we got into the final corners now. Leon has retired. I don't think he's going to see Glitch 10 pull an improvement. Glitched it into the pits. That's it for him. He's not going to find that improved time. What about Taboo Dwarf? Up to P4. Jumps ahead of the Mercedes driver, Boss Moss. Vi jumps ahead of that and takes P5 away from Boss Moss. We have one more car to hit that checker flag and it's invalid, but that will do it for your qualifying lap. Now, for some reason, we've been told that some drivers are on out laps, but they're not. The qualifying session has finished and we are over. Well, you predicted it, Lanky. You did. You said Leon to the top. Leon is to the top.
Yeah. It was a really, really good time.
There we have it. Leon takes your pole. Glitch 10, followed by Kevin for your top 3. Taboo Dwarf, Vide, Boss Moss, Ratty, Mary Sanderson, Bulba, and PW Jones fill out your top 10. Huff and Dorback, Dr. Steele, whoever fell down to P12 once again, unfortunately. Adam, KZR, Dave, JB, Syrian Alpaca, the KFC bloke, and Myth, who wasn't qualifying, doing a last to whatever position he may finish. Now doing it for your qualifying. We'll get to our lobby restart, but in true Brooksy fashion, you're going to see everybody crash out first. Oh, that sky's looking a little grey, so maybe these drivers have just got away with something.
Yeah, possibly. I was saying at the start of qualifying, I'd like to see a mixed condition here because it does spice it up around this track.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be interesting. I hope that we get a nice little Grand Prix. Everybody gets away nicely and nobody ends up into the barriers off the start. We want to see hard racing, hard battles, and everybody really give it all they've got for the race. When you want to set your season off well, this is the thing. Every good season knows you've got to start off with a bang. You've got to get high points because if anything happens midway through or anything like that, where you lose massive points, at least you've collected them off the start. Now, everybody would like to do a Max Verstappen mid-season comeback, but it's very, very rare that you will see that happen. As we look onto all these cars crashing out, we have drivers at the back already dying left and right, pulling themselves into the wall. Here goes Jones in. Bosh! There goes Syrian Alpaca. There goes Myth. Everybody just bosh, starting into that wall. That was crazy. Oh, there goes Glitched. Here goes Adam and everybody else. You need to DNF, boys. DNF, boys. There you go.
That will do.
DNF, boys. And penalties. Penalties. Penalty for you. Penalty for you.
We are checking.
We are checking. We are checking. Oh, and there we have it. Back to the commentator's corner. We'll go over the results and standings from last week. Hello, welcome back to the commentator's corner. Very dark all of a sudden. Wait for my monitor to change screens and you'll get a bit more light back on my face. There you go. But nevertheless, we will take a quick little look at the drivers' standings, following on from what was an interesting opening round in Brazil into Lagos, where you did have Taboo Dwarf take the victory over Leon. Leon had that fantastic start off the Grand Prix, but just could not hold it when it came to it in the final closing moments. It was a very hard-fought battle. It got very, very close between the two, but in the end, there was only one to triumph among the rest. But again, great effort from Leon there, who was driving the McLaren, last week. He is a reserve driver, so you see him in the Aston Martin here tonight. And then Myth coming in third, making up 4 positions off his qualifying, which was a bit of a disastrous start, but a good recovery, managing to get back to that podium spot. Boss Moss just lining up in 4th, so he'll sit there in 4th in the standings, with 12 off, and then PW Jones just following suit on that. Good opening round for the Mercedes duo. 2 high points finishes, and the McLarens did have a good high points finish, but the Red Bulls had one driver out of those points, which means the opening constructors is looking a little bit shallow on the Red Bull side of things, but the Ferraris and the Mercedes, even the McLarens, are looking strong off this start for constructors. Further down, we have Swifty in 8th position and Siren Alpaca in 9th before we finish off that top 10 of points finishers. Ashton the Brit in the Kicksauber in 10th. Dr. Steele, Narvol, Huff and Dorback, Adam, JSR, Rob, TTV, Vide, and the KFC block, and then Dave, who you see all those drivers are pretty much here tonight. The only one that you do not, I think we do have one driver not showing up, but we have Leon graciously taking his seat in the reserve. 18 drivers competed last week, and wait, is that wrong? That's saying Sao Paulo. Why is that saying Sao Paulo? Is that right? Yeah, why have I got the wrong one here on my phone? I've not. That's so weird. That goes down to 20. Am I looking at the wrong thing here? I am. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the result. I'm looking at the result. I am, that's it. So at the bottom two, you see Marius Anderson and Glitch 10. That's why. I was looking at the wrong thing on my phone. I've saved a copy of the results to my images so I could just quick hop to it and see it rather than the actual standings. That's my bad. That's because the two channels are next to each other. So I was reading the race results, which is also the standings. But at the bottom two, you do see the two drivers. Glitch 10 and Marius Anderson, who weren't here last week, who are now competing this week, looking to score back some crucial points. So yeah, a little bit confused there from my side of things, but we'll take a quick little look at the constructors now, so you can see where the team placements are after we had that double points finish for the likes of Mercedes and McLaren, and like I mentioned, the Red Bulls are just sat at the bottom after only scoring that 1 points finish with one driver up there in that top 10. Ferrari 33 leading the way with McLaren on 25, Mercedes 22, Red Bull on 15, and then the Kicksaubers just sat there with a break, only on the single digits for now, but hopefully they can score some more points later on into this Grand Prix, or maybe even in the next couple of rounds to start challenging for those high positions. We have Aston Martin just falling behind in sticks, which surely, with Leon's pace here tonight, will score them some beautiful points to claw back up into the standings. Rest of the teams, Williams, Haas, Racing Bulls, and Alpine, are yet to score points on the board out of the opening round. That is your official results. We've got to it. We got to it after a slight little mishap. I was wondering why I could only see 18, and then it hit me like a brick. It's not the full standings, but you saw the full standings on your screen, so that's all that matters, really. Just my side was a bit wrong when I was reading it to you, but it wasn't. It was right. I just didn't see the top of the bottom two, so that's where we go from here. But other than that, we're ready to get ready for 36 laps of hard racing action. Before we go any further, we'll get a quick little look at the calendar so you know what is to come your way for round 3 and onwards. So you saw Interlagos last week in Brazil, and we head over to Mexico City here and now. Round 3, Singapore. Things could get a little bit tricky over there at the Marina Bay Street circuit. Hungaro Ring, over in Hungary, of course, for round number 4. Not seen too many races there myself in this F125 game, but you're going to see it right here in Off the Line Racing Season 6 in 2 weeks' time. Before we get to round 5, Melbourne, Australia. Beautiful track for racing, beautiful track for overtaking. Before we get to that midpoint, Silverstone, the home of Formula 1. The first ever race of Formula 1 was held at that very circuit in 1950. Before we go to the Temple of Speed, the mighty Monza over in Italy, and over to the Netherlands for the Zandvoort Grand Prix. And then it's off to Japan for Suzuka, and then a USA double header at Las Vegas and Miami before you finish off, as you normally see it come to close over the past few years, Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi, and that is one that I'm going to be interested for, because maybe this championship goes all the way down to the final round. You'd love to see it, you know you want it to happen, but now what I can say is we are getting ready to go racing. The drivers are ready, the grid is set. We're going to go trackside, 36 laps are about to come your way. Oh, sunny skies, sunny skies. It's not as dark as it was earlier. It is now nice and sunny. Oh, drivers set their strategies, adjust their fuel loads, and everything else that they need to do to accomplish the victory that they are looking for. Oh, how are we feeling, Lanky? You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I'm just anticipating turn one, two, and three because I think it's equally just as well, slightly easier, but just the same as the Monza start. It's a long, high-speed run and then a couple of tight corners, so it's a recipe for someone to get touched, but hopefully nobody does, and we see everybody make it through safely.
Yeah, of course. Like you say, that turn one, it's tight. It is wide on the runoff around the outside, but then you've got to flick it back over and get to that left hand side. So drivers that look for an outside line may be the ones who could pull off an unorthodox overtake from behind, maybe get that move done and line themselves up for the inside of turn two. But then they'll be forced to the outside of turn three if any challenge comes back at them from around that outside. And then again, it's going to be all guns blazing up towards turn four, harsh braking zone as you get the rotation and slow that car down to navigate a slower part of the circuit as you start off your sector two. So things are going to look a little bit interesting on this race start. You know, getting down there and safely getting away, getting onto the brakes into turn one without getting into contact is what it's all about. But we are 3, 4, 5 lights. The grid is hot. The drivers are ready, and it is all go, go, go. And we have a bit of a desync issue here, but we are now all caught back up. It's all guns blazing. Leon's got away well. Glitch 10 is looking to try and close up and chase him down further back. We have Bide with a bit of a disastrous start. He's instantly under attack from Taboo Dwarf, and now it's 3, 4 cars wide almost as we are going into turn number one. Everybody else is getting through cleanly. Glitch 10 has been forced out or back out and had to fall back. Taboo Dwarf up to P3. Kevin falling down, and Bossmos now looking to challenge against Kevin to try and pick up that position. Can Bossmos try and hold it off or pick it up around the outside we go? It's side by side. Kevin's got the upper hand, but it'll switch back to Bossmos's favour. He's got the inside line now coming into turn 5, but he's had a bit of a moment, snap and a slide, and lost that position to Kevin. Kevin is through. Further down the order, you have Adam fighting away for his position. It's side by side as we get going up towards the Mexico S. It's turn number 7. Someone's going to have to back out, and up and Dolbeck backs out of that smartly. Adam holds on to that position, whereas we see Boba making moves. It's side by side with Dr. Steele, and Dr. Steele fights that back through. Boba's all over the place. He's dropping positions like a sieve. It's almost 3 wide. Coming up into turn number 12. Get on the brakes. Loses another position. Falls down to P10. Gabe goes through. Side by side, almost clashing wheels. Is the Mercedes and the hat of Adam and PW Jones. As further back, we see the challenge once again. Dave trying to fight Boba, who's Boba's trying to pick up his ever-falling positions. Looking further ahead, we have a spinner there. That's Kevin into the pits. He's choosing to swap his tyres, or he's damaged his wing. He's going to have to swap that one out. And that's Vide with the 10 seconds. That's a retirement from Kevin and a retirement from Vide. They're not happy with their race starts. That's a disastrous opener for those, and they are out of here. Further back, we have JB, who's ever fallen down the order. A big battle down into P12 there, as Hupp and Dorback's fighting at him and trying to find his way through. Oh, I can breathe now. An entire lap of just constant action. That was absolutely insane.
Yeah, what a lap. Lap and a bit. That's crazy. Like, loads of battles going on, as you would kind of expect that, you know, with the nature of the track at the race start. But yeah, it's great. Oh, we got a spinner, Haas. Just caught
Oh, is that Dave? That's Dave falling down. Falling down. He's going again, but he's at the back of that pack. He's still within a DRS potential. He's now going to get passed by the KFC block after losing all of that speed. So unfortunate. But through he goes, and away we go. Back to the front. Looks like Taboo Dwarf is starting to catch up to Glitch 10. Leon starting to check out of the race. We saw this. One race ago. Starting to bridge a gap off the start. It's only lap 3, and he's brought the DRS. Taboo Dwarf has that double dose. He's going to get it now down to turn 1. Close up that gap. Maybe even up towards turn 4. You'll see a challenge for position, because you're going to get that boost once again coming out of turn number 3 here. Here we go. Looking for the outside line. The Brave Bull move. Glitched. He's not fighting that one. He's going to let it go. fighting hard is going to cost him time. He knows that he just needs to stay within that DRS, just needs to keep on passing each other. Maybe they can use it to try and catch up to Leon, because Leon's pace, he's starting to pull ahead ever more. Breached another 2/10 gap over those couple of corners. Another 10th now as we get going into the Mexico S's. It's 1.5 seconds over what was 1.2 at the start of this lap. Big wobble there from Taboo Dwarf, costing massive time, allowing Leon to extend that lead. Unfortunate from the Ferrari driver. We're going to look a little bit further back. Marius Anderson, previous champion, who's been dethroned by Myth last season, looking to maybe claw back what could be 3 championships here in Off the Line Racing. Vide has left the session, left us after just a couple of laps. Maybe just not having the start he wanted, but no, there's a lot of racing left to go. 33 laps to be exact. Still plenty of chances for you to come back.
Yeah, so it's allowed Leon to get that little bit of a gap, but he's not exactly flying away.
Not too much. See, the gap's starting to fall down a little bit now. The glitch 10's been free. Glitch 10 managed to get through, and now he's been released. He's starting to close up and start to bridge a gap there to Taboo Dwarf. Taboo Dwarf needs to try and do something and hope that the McLarens cannot catch up. They've got Boss Moss in a McLaren sandwich. Now, you may see some overtakes happen. I've stayed for 3 seconds for corner cutting. I wonder how that's happened. Maybe just cutting in a little bit too quick, because it's not a track limit. There you go, 10 second. He's just straight lining there. Okay. I'm guessing straight line to the pits. Do not interfere with the race, or I'll have your seat. But as we go back to the race, Boss Moss now, he's ever closer to the Baccarati. Do we see a challenge here and a change for what will be P4 as Taboo Dwarf almost outside of the DRS? Through goes Boss Moss, nice and easy. We were just on board with that. Yeah, I expected to see that. Retirement in the pitch from Dave. Not happy with his race start either.
TTB Vide, early retirement, he said his wheel was giving no force feedback at all.
Ah, so Vide's having an issue.
Retired.
That's unfortunate there. Yeah, it happens for the best of us sometimes. Just can't help what happens within the game. We do know that there are some FFB issues happening recently in this game, so maybe something to watch out for.
Quite a common thing that I hear at the minute of people saying that not getting no force feedback at all, or moments where it cuts out and then like comes back later in the lap. My first thought is, if it was me, would be, oh, my wheels, you know, knackered. But
yeah,
no, it's the game. I wonder, you know, how many people have thought that and maybe even replaced their wheels thinking it was a wheel. Yeah, it's not a good one. But you know, unfortunate for Vide on this occasion.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. As we look on now, everybody else is starting to close up and run into that little bit of a rhythm catching up to the back of P4. You see the DRS is starting to come together now. People other than Myth. Myth has just slowly dropped out of it, but maybe he can pull it back. He's not got that rear wing open, so maybe he just cost himself a little bit of time there, having a bit of a moment. I don't think he's got the rear wing open. No, not at all. Unfortunate. Maybe he can pull the tent back. Is that train in front of him? He's fighting away. Boss Moss is through on Ratti though. There's something to hold out hope for as we see the front three hit that pit lane. And we'll take a quick little look at the tyres. Starting on mediums all the way down, apart from JB. Going for the alternate strats, he's on the hards.
Yeah, quite an early one. I wasn't expecting it just yet, but it does get pretty hot on those tires through that middle section into the stadium. So it, yeah, it is very aggressive. Is one way to put it on the tires.
Yeah, openly, very openly aggressive, really pushing hard. I mean, it's a risk, I guess.
Oh,
What you seeing?
sorry, the Tavu nearly stuck it in the wall coming out of turn three. There, his hards didn't seem to want to turn for him.
Cold hard's not looking good for
Yeah,
Tabor.
understeered. There'll soon be one coming through here now.
God, that pit lane's quick, isn't it? Leon's already
Yeah,
all over the back of JB. Look at that, going for a move, diving
it's a
through.
quick entry and then it's quite short.
That is a very fast pit stop because look at that, in just 2 corners, those fresh hards coming alive. Leon has moved up 2 positions, those drivers are yet to pit. They've got some time lost to come their way, and JB now fighting away with the KFC block. He's had that opportunity given to him as Leon was unsettling both of them going for those moves. JB's through. We see some more pitters. We have Mick, Bobo, Dr. Steele, PW Jones, Huff and Dorback, and Adam all diving in. Huff and Dorback's already boxed, sorry, with Adam. It's just the rest of them. You see ever-changing positions between JB and the KFC bloke. Bit of a moment there for the KFC bloke. And he's now going to open the door for Glitch 10 to come powering through. That DRS is not available for Glitch 10, but he doesn't need it with how unsettled that Alpine car was. Those mediums are feeling grim. Oh, around the outside for Glitch 10. We just saw the back end of that one, pulling that off on JB. Beautiful stuff from the Red Bull driver, looking to try and chase down his current rival, Leon, in front of him. Can he pull up to that Aston Martin? Can he challenge? Because this is how it all falls out now. Is it a 2-stop, do you think, Lanky?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can see it.
Definitely. With that S section, just the change of direction and just eats the tires alive once they got up to temperature.
Well, Ratty
You're
dives
flat
into
pretty
the
much all the way
pits.
through, aren't you? So high speed.
Yeah, absolutely. It really starts to eat them away. High degradation for corners like that, especially in a country as hot as this. That track's going to be scorching as well. But these tyres absolutely laying down that hot rubber, going at up to 220 miles an hour sometimes down back straights with the DRS. It's just insane speed, something you can't even fathom. And we see Glitch 10 really trying to nurse these opening laps with the hard tyres. They've got to go quite long, or if not catch up, because when is the right time to box for another set of hards? Everybody's surely gone the harder allocation. I doubt you're going to see the hard to medium, medium, or hard medium, or medium, hard medium, anything like that. You may see the 2 sets of hards used, absolutely. Some drivers may be even trying to risk it and go for that 1 stop. I'm looking at the front 3 there: Marius Anderson, Siren Alpaca, and Boss Moss.
The fresh tires are too powerful.
Yeah, look at the speed gain.
For the
Absolutely
one stop,
insane.
like you have to have a really, really good. It's so tight on the one stop.
Now keeping our eyes on board, where's that leader Boss Moss currently? You've got Marius Anderson start to close up with that DRS. Will we see a challenge here between these two? Yes, we will. Marius Anderson to the inside, picks it off as we get to the braking zone, dives back ahead. Now, he will not be able to defend his Boss Moss because that's a double dose of DRS. That's a double detection point as you come into Castle section, which means you get it out of turn 3, regardless if you've already made that overtake or not. The car behind will not pick it up. So a bit of a gap can open for you as you see Marius Anderson bridge that half second over Boss Moss there.
Yeah, so Glitch is now closing on Siren. He's gonna get into DRS towards the end of this lap and hopefully dispatch him as quickly as possible if he wants any chance of getting back on the tail of Leon.
close, but he's got that detection. Here comes Boss Moss. Is he going to challenge for an attack, or was that the move from Marius Anderson for pit lane? It was not. They go one more lap. Now, is that enough of a gap that Marius Anderson has bridged to Boss Moss? He's not going to catch him. We'll have to wait and find out. We're coming down the back straight now. The tents are starting to drop. Glitch 10's making moves on Syrian Alpaca. Gets through. He's looking to try and chase down Leon. Leon 5 seconds away from the front two. The front two are yet to pit. So this is devastating overall on the race. However, they are going for that alternate. It's far too late to go for a two-stop now, I reckon. They should have boxed a couple of laps ago. They're sort of dedicated now to a one-stop if they want to see any resolve from this.
Yeah, that mid-pack is still bunched up really tight, that well, mid to the back. Coming through, it looked more as it was coming through on the map there, turn 2 and 3, but yeah, there's still a lot of separate battles going on at the moment. People fighting on the edge of DRS. You got Ratty with JB, Taboo with Sirin.
Oh, there goes Taboo saying that coming into turn 12. Was that the right call? He's just conceded DRS. Now, I know there's a tyre differential, but that's going to allow Syrian Alpaca to go another lap. If he is optimising this one-stop strategy, he's going to be able to gain some speed, recharge that battery. Here we go. Is that Syrian Alpaca into the pits? It is indeed. So we will not see that happen. We'll look back to the front as these two drivers are looking to challenge once again. Marius Anderson's in the lead. He's able to defend off Cosmos so far. That DRS available to him. Can he get ever closer?
Leon is just eating time out of these at the minute. That time is just flying down. He's going to be with them in a lap and a half, I think. Maybe even sooner. He is just chopping it off on this lap at the minute.
Yeah, look at that.
Those tyres on the front guys are screaming, aren't they? Yeah, those mediums are hanging. He's just knocked over 2 seconds off.
Just half a lap ago. Just half a lap ago. He was 2 seconds behind. And look at that. He's picked up DRS. There we see Boss Moss into the pits. That rear wing is open for Leon. The pace is absolutely unchallenged.
Yeah, the fresher tyres is definitely the favourable option around this track. You lose so much once those tyres are up to temperature and got a bit of wear on them. Marius just had nothing to hang on there. In fact, Leon's got his pit stop back now, hasn't he? Getting ahead of those. Because they're still yet to stop, and Leon is most likely going to be stopping again, so...
Leon is doing well now, so he's through. You know, he's just bridging times what he needs to do. Glitch 10 is now starting to close up to Marius Anderson. I don't think Glitch is going to be able to do this no matter the strat.
Just saying Myth as well, he started at the back and he's currently sat now in 4th behind Glitch. Don't know if he's yet to stop.
Here we go. Glitch is all over the back of Marius Anderson, but he's not able to find his way through yet. I think he's just going to stick this out for the DRS. It's closing, recharging the back there, I think. He's not closing as much as he'd like to. Into the pits. So Leon and Glitch 10, step 3. Now we just need to hold on and wait it out. We've still got 21 laps of this Grand Prix to elapse, and we are still waiting out for the final pit stop strategies to elope. This is the midpoint. We're estimating 2 stops. Some drivers, even to the point now where you've seen Marius Anderson go in, I still would suspect that maybe that one stop is going to be a bit of a push. He has managed to go very long on the medium tyres, so we'll just have to find out if he can go extra long on the hard tyres.
Probably be looking at 21 laps from here if he was to stop now. 20 laps. We're just starting the 16th. A nice little three-way here with Dr. Steele, Huff and PW. Huff had a little look then, but not up enough. He had to tuck back in behind the Williams of Dr. Steele. These two, obviously teammates, they're doing well at keeping PW behind at the minute. I've been on with them the past lap and a bit.
On board with Jones, We've seen how this little mid-pack.
Very patient man, Jonesy. He's just waiting for that moment. A little wiggle or something from the car ahead, where he can have some sort of advantage. He's down here, he's just following the Williams, Huff and Doe back up at the minute. Just can't get anything to make an attack, but Huff has this time. Oh, a bit of lock.
We're going to see a fight here. Dr. Steele's trying to come up on his teammate. Are they going to let each other through? Ooh, Dr. Steele to the inside. They're fighting hard, but this may have let PW Jones in on the battle. Can he find a way through? Can he find an open door? Not quite yet.
Almost like papaya rules there.
Almost, really. Going for it, you know. You can fight, but don't crash the car. Closest battle we've got so far is for P7, 8 and 9.
It's allowed the other two to catch up now. The Mercedes and the Haas, they're now joining him. So PW's now got his teammate to maybe help him out a little bit with these two Williams ahead. Got a bit of a team battle going on as well as own individual driver battles between these four.
we see
I've seen
more
that
battle.
PW's let. I was just gonna say I've seen that PW's let Boss Moss through. Obviously, I think he's on slightly fresher tyres, so a bit more pace. So it allows him to maybe just sit back and recharge a little bit while Boss Moss tries the attack. Oh, that Haas was struggling there. He did well to keep that. Saw a big wiggle off of Adam then in the background.
We get to 17 laps, as you can see on the tyres. But we're going to get to another pit stop phase, but the question is when. We are going to stay on board with this battle because it's still the closest we've got. We've seen Open Back go to the inside there. Get that move gone easy with DRS. There is a defensive move from Dr. Steele against Boss Moss. Dr. Steele really trying to hold off that Mercedes for his teammate's sake. No!
Oh,
A
no.
bit too much, and he tags his teammate round. He was trying to do the good
no.
thing, and it's just fell away from him. That's disaster.
Yeah, when it's from your own teammate, it hurts.
That is, he was trying hard to defend against Boss Moss, that pie differential. He let off the brakes a little bit too soon. He's tagged his teammate, and they're both sent to the bottom of the points order. Not even in the points, just on the outside of it. Boss Moss has picked that up nicely under no threat whatsoever. He goes through. His teammate also follows through. This is beautiful for the Mercedes.
Yeah, it's what I was saying with PW, wasn't it? He just sat back and just waited. It's like he's got a sixth sense to it. He's oh you know I know something's going to happen in a minute, so I'll just hang back. Just he's always had that sort of manner in his racing. But yeah, it did work out for him in the end.
Looking on, there's Marius Anderson. Moving on through on this fight, he's starting to get caught up to it.
As you say, yeah, myth. It's got into DRS have glitched as well. Oh, yellow flag, sector 3. I felt that. What was that?
You got somebody hitting
Somebody
the
going in the
wall.
pit. Yeah, maybe on the way into the pit. I had a vibration in the controller.
Oh, it's a slight tagging of the wall. Oh. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just get disconnected?
No, I'm good. I've seen that you have, but I'm good. I'm still there. No
Okay.
one else has left other than JB,
Do you want
but
to
he
swing us an
DNF.
invite?
Yeah.
Something's just happened and it's just completely kicked me out. Well then. I apologise.
Brief intermission.
Yeah, brief little moment where we are going to get back into the race as soon as possible. I don't know why that has just happened. Do you want to swing me an invite, mate?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find you in the list.
How strange.
Because you're not showing online now. I have to go and find you.
Most
Let's go
certainly am.
find you.
Most certainly am online. But how strange. How strange.
You're not even in my list now.
Oh no.
Let me back out and go back on it.
Uh, Bear with us. Uh, I uh, I don't
Come
know
on, game, don't do this.
what
I shall
what's
find you.
going wrong. I am just gonna whack us on the starting screen for a moment while we figure
Yeah,
this out because I don't actually have a be right back
I
screen.
got you. I got
Oh
you.
wait,
There.
yeah, there he is.
Do you know what it had done? It had changed you to it's Brooksy.
Ah,
It was showing up like
yeah,
that instead of Corey Brook. Yeah.
my EA name. What's going on? That just took me to the main menu. What a game.
Lovely game. I shall do another one.
Oh, hang on a minute. I think I might be broken. I'm just going to send us
Oh,
back to the
beautiful.
starting screen and bear with me a second, please, people. Something's gone wrong here.
Yeah, I'll send you another one just so you got it.
And we are back. We're live. We're just getting back into the lobby now. I apologise on the delays. I had to completely restart my game for some reason. It decided to kill itself. But we are back. Now we're getting to the lobby. We're going to get onto the track. You're going to see it any time now. and then we can get back to the racing, bring it back to your screen. Leading the way still Leon, and you see Marius Anderson just behind, and Boss Moss still in that battle with the McLaren. There's now a bit of a gap between the two. JB also not finishing from the Grand Prix, I think retired earlier on just before I had that unfortunate moment where the game decided to kick me out and get rid of everything else. I don't know why I put the lap one on, but the map definitely. There we go. So, Boss Moss and Marius Anderson still fighting away ever so much. The two teammates of the Red Bulls lined up nice and bonny. So maybe we see some potential fighting. Maybe fighting between teammates. There's a 1.2 second gap from Myth to Glitch 10. Myth, they're just on the cusp, on the fringes, looking to try and get in that DRS.
Myth recently stopped as well. I think 24 it was, just before you joined back. I think.
Other than that, the only closest battle you'll see is down for the bottom end of the points. Peterby Jones has got to fend off against that Haas. Adam just half a second behind, but he has that 3-second time penalty. He has a penalty looming above his name, so it's certainly not going to be over there. Yeah, we are going to take a quick little look at the tyres because we have missed a wave of pit stops. You see Marius Anderson on the 12-lap hold, Boss Moss 14 laps, Siren Alpaca 14 laps. Everybody else has implemented a 2-stop strategy so far. Now, are those hards feeling a little bit worse for wear? They're going to start to think about boxing for mediums within the next 2 laps. Those that are on 15 and 14 laps, even Marius Anderson on the mediums, is going to benefit with that tyre offset. He's going to have much fresher tyres than the rest of the grid when he slaps on those medium compounded tyres, and so will the likes of Siren Alpaca and Boss Moss. They're going to make huge inroads with how fast that pit lane actually is.
It's got to be one of the shortest Mexico, isn't it? Pit stop.
There we go, battle continues. Glitch 10 now getting a part of this, dives up again around the outside of Boss Moss there. Myth now starting to close up to the back of that Mercedes. You're going to see a little bit of a battle start to ensue here as the Red Bull duo make their way through this pack and dive up into those final podium points positions. Marius Anderson is going to try and fight this one, but he can't do anything about it. He's got the worst tyres out of the lot. Glitch 10 having the fresher tyres, he's going to be able to push on harder and get on through. You see Myth now starting to close up behind the back of Marius Anderson. This is going to be a Red Bull 2-3. It's going to be a double podium. The points that they missed out on in the opening round, they're going to pull back very, very quickly here in round 2. We were just talking about this in qualifying, and just after we got to that lobby restart, of how much the Red Bulls do need to pull back some points after they had that little bit of a disaster start, and they find themselves at the bottom of the front runners so far, in the constructors, that is. Here comes Myth, making a move. Marius Anderson can't do anything to defend. That's that Red Bull 2-3. And Leon 7 seconds up the road. Unless Leon has a moment or an incident, I think he's well and truly got this one in the bag.
Yeah, these Red Bulls would have to do over a second a lap, wouldn't they, to get in from this point?
Now I wonder if these two are going to fight. Mythy's starting to gain some time there on his teammate, as you mentioned. They've got the DRS. Now, is this a fight for P2? Is this a fight for position between these two? We'll have to wait and find out. PW Jones back of the field, looking to try and close up now to the back of Syrian Alpaca. You may see a move come from the Mercedes man as he closes up to the back of that Racing Bulls, moves out of that slipstream and pulls alongside. It's an easy pickings with the DRS. You get that extra speed. Of course, you can pull off an easy overtake.
Yeah, Bosmos is all over the rear of Marius now, so Marius set to lose another position as it stands. Those tyres are going to be hanging for him now. Well, no, Bosmos is also on 17 lap olds, so Bosmos and Marius both on similar age here. Oh, that's a Hass off. I think it's Adam. Yeah, it was. It's Adam coming into sector 2. He's now side by side with Huff and Doback. I think. Yeah, Huff and Doback.
5 laps to go.
Oh, he's
Oh!
facing the wrong way.
Syrian Alpaca, he's
Syrian
gone.
Alpaca's
Oh my
spun
god,
it.
safety car.
Yeah, he's dropped it coming the corner before the hairpin.
Oh my
Off
god,
the DRS
yeah.
zone.
Full course safety car, full course. Holy. Who would have thought that was going to happen? Oh, into
Sprint
the
to
pit
the
lane
end.
goes the Haas. Hoppendorback's made that position back with an overtake in the pit lane. Okay, this is getting interesting. They've got a free
Glitched is
stop.
gonna, yeah, Glitched eyes have just lit up with this one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's completely ruined Leon's race. Well then, free pit stop for those. I don't think they're going to gain enough back. It's the order's going to stay the same, but Leon's advantage of 10 seconds gets reduced to 0 all over again. But with his pace, I mean, unless he's again in an incident, I feel like he's just going to gap now on these 5 laps. The KFD block, send the pits.
Looks to be.
Believe it is. Back to the front. And Leon, after completing the pit stop. Red wall tyres, but did you expect any less? It's a 5-lapper. The softs can do 5 laps. Even then, with the lap countdown, I reckon we're only going to get 2 laps of racing. Maybe, if we're lucky. 3 laps max, including lap 34. So we're going to run this. It may come in at the end of lap 33, because we need to obviously complete a full lap on the safety car. So saying that, this is going to be an interesting one. This might just be a 2-lap showdown. 3-lap showdown max. That's another car diving into pit lane. Is that the Boudoir or is that Bobber? That's Taboo Dwarf diving into the pits there. Did he not stop on that initial wave, or is he going for the freshest softs of the lot? I mean, would you risk track
He's
position
put
there?
"I'm so cooked" into the stream chat, so I think he's made a mistake.
I think he might have gone hards. I think he may have made a mistake and gone hards. He's just lost track position and had to box again for softs. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on here between these two? Gentlemen, may I remind you to keep it clean. I know you know it. I know you know each other outside of the league, and you're open to pranking each other, but let's not break the rules. I think confirmed. One more lap. So we waited out the end of 30 thought it will come in. We're going to have lap 25 and lap 26. 2 laps of racing to finish off the Mexico City Grand Prix.
Yeah.
A 2-lap shootout.
Gonna be a good little burst, I think, to finish this one off.
I mean, I think this was needed. It sort of got a bit dry at the midpoint. There was not an awful lot happening. So I think it was kind of needed that we've had this little bit of a boost in energy for the content at least, to keep everything exciting in terms of a racing aspect. Because now it's a 2-lap shootout, and in 2 laps, can Leon bridge enough of a gap within that first opening lap to stop Glitch 10 having a chance with the DRS, but he's only going to be able to use it in one part of the track. That is coming to Castle Stadium section. This is the only chance he'll have. So he'll start the lap 26. DRS will then be enabled. He will pick up that detection point coming through the Mexico S's, providing he's within that 1 second behind Leon. And then it is that last boost towards turn 12. And that is all you've got. Can you make it stick? Can you make it happen? We have to wait and find out for this one. Glitch 10's been thrown that saving grace. And now, can he pull it out of the bag? Here we go. There's the call. This is it. Leon slows the pack down. The final corner. And it is flat to the floor. And away we go. There we go. He's got a bit of a jump on Glitch 10. He's caught him absolutely napping. That's half a second. Glitch 10's been caught out by Myth and Boss Monster. Swapping positions. Myth was not caught out. The side-by-side coming down into turn number 1. Myth is going to try and pull back ahead of that Mercedes and get back up there to a podium position with his teammate as he was just a couple of laps ago around the outside. He'll benefit now switching it to the inside line. Boss Moss is going to have to back out of that one. He's all over the show. He's not within that optimal opportunity to fight it back. Looking back to the front, Leon still half a second, still trying to pull a bigger gap. Glitch 10 is pulling a bigger gap still over Marius Anderson. Marius Anderson is now under threat from Myth. Myth dive to the inside. Contact with the McLaren, and he's going to have to back out of that one. Marius Anderson pulls back ahead, and Myth was pulling out the big ballsy manoeuvres there to try and get back to that podium spot. Doing it for his team. Ratty all over the shore, slipping and sliding there, coming out of turn number 7. And at 6 even, and as we get up to 7 now to start off the Mexico S's. Everybody falls back in line. They can't risk going side by side in this part of the circuit. They can only risk it on the final lap if they want to try and get ever higher in the points positions. But as we look back to that front pack, it's a 2.2 second gap now between Marius Anderson and Myth and Glitch 10 and Leon after that battle is ensuing between the Red Bull and the McLaren. We'll look back to this fight as up at the front, Glitch 10 is now going to try and stay ever closer still as he doesn't want to lose out on that DRS potential into Sector 2. Keep your eyes peeled. The battle is starting to unfold. Oh, there we go. Myth and Marius once again around the outside. He's going to try it. Can he pull it off? Myth, he's up onto the podium, but he's got Taboo Dwarf breathing down his neck. He's all over the rear diffuser. He's all over the rear wing. Can he pull ahead? Can he send a dive bomb to the inside? He's going to try for it. It's Ferrari versus Red Bull. You've seen this before. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Because last time the Ferrari seemed to hit a bit of a drop-off. Can it pull out happen? Can it happen? Can he pull ahead and retake another podium? I'm talking about in real life. If you're thinking about that Ferrari drop-off, that's the only time you'll see it because this Ferrari has got some pace. He took a victory last week and he's right there in the fight this week for a podium position. Myth is trying to defend on hard, but as we look back to the front, Leon's done everything that he could, everything that he needed to, and there's nothing that Glitch 10 could do to defend that one. Leon is going to come around the final corner, finish this one off with a bang and a high smile. It's been nothing but domination, and Leon makes it a victory after taking P2 in round 1. It's round 2 and P1. Further back, that fight for the podium is still ongoing until Taboo Dwarf picked up a penalty, and through goes Myth, Marius Anderson, Ratty, Boss Moss, Bobo, and further down the line, more drivers are still able to pull that off.
That penalty costing Taboo quite a few positions there on the end. I just saw his name trundle down.
And there we have it. We'll get on to the final standings and then we'll get a quick little shout from our drivers if we can. Leon takes the victory. Glitch 10 lines up in second. And further down we have Myth finishing that final podium position. Marius Anderson, Ratty, Boss Moss, Bobo, PW Jones, Taboo Dwarf, and Hoff and Dorback do your top 10. Dr. Steele, Adam, the KFC block. Dr. Steele and Adam are your final finishing 2. And the KFC block, Sarah and Alpaca, JB, Dave, Kevin and Vide finish off your DNFs. As we look now towards our interview room, we'll have a wait to see if any drivers want to come and say hello. Let's have a quick little nosy at the Discord. Let's see if anybody's going to be waiting for an interview in that waiting room. All in all, that was a very good race so far. Nicely ran from some drivers, especially the likes of Glitch 10, able to pull off what was a nice fight battle up to P2. Didn't have the challenge to get back at Leon, but that's unfortunate. Maybe you can try again next time round. Leon able to finally get the victory after a round 2 mishap. Was unable to pull it off, but was able to pull it off right here in round 2. And then, of course, with Myth coming up in third position there, that is just what they needed, just what they were waiting and looking for. But as we still wait, I don't know if anybody's eager to get into this booth for a interview. So, Lanky, I think we can just call it and close it there, I reckon.
Yeah, if there's no one to chat to, then I think they've heard enough of me and you, maybe, like, unless they want us to chat some more.
Well, no, I guess that's it. Be sure to join us next week for the Singapore Grand Prix. The mighty fine action is going nowhere, but back to your screen at 8 PM on Wednesday with Division 1, but on a Tuesday. Keep your eyes open and peeled for Division 2. And if you've enjoyed the racing action that you have seen, get yourself down here, get in the Discord and sign up to be a part of the races. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.